In collaboration with BrainMind, let's review tips for success and how to stick to the plan for Alzheimer's prevention. Alzheimer's prevention isn't easy. Believe me, I spent my career trying to understand all the different ways that we can possibly protect brain health over time. And what we find is that there is no one single thing a person can do. There's no one magic pill. There's no one magic blueberry. There's no one specific type of exercise or specific only doing dietary changes. One thing at a time, unfortunately, is not going to do it. But what can we do? The way that I look at Alzheimer's prevention and the way that I look at brain healthy aging over time is to try to figure out how can I, the person at risk, live a more brain healthy lifestyle in every aspect of my life. The other key is, for example, some people say, well, I don't want to eat that way. I don't enjoy my life. And I understand that. But we have to make our brains and our bellies happy. So it's about compromise. As my mom said, everything in moderation. So let's talk about some high-yield tips for success. Number one, if you have a family member who is at similar risk to you, before embarking on this plan, maybe find a partner, whether that's your life partner or a family member or a friend. People in my program that have taken on this Alzheimer's prevention plan have been more successful when they have someone that they can depend on, someone that can motivate them, like a gym partner, someone that can help them with dietary choices. They can go shopping together. Having a partner in the Alzheimer's prevention plan is a great tip for success. What about sticking to the plan? Well, number one, we have to realize that incremental changes over time will lead to the best benefits. So, making one brain healthy change per meal is one way to start. If you like blueberries, great, eat some blueberries. If you don't like blueberries, that's okay too. What about desserts? People say that I can't forego my dessert. I have to enjoy my life. Well, what about instead of having something sweet, something processed, having whole fruit? Whole fruit is key because it has the fiber, it has the antioxidants, it has the nutrients, and it has the sugar to keep your palate satisfied. So throughout every brain healthy aspect, you can try to think of one little thing to get you to stick to the plan. The other important aspect about sticking to the plan is to have a plan. Create goals. Create a plan that includes the pharmacologic aspects and the non-pharmacologic aspects. If your treating provider has told you to take 1 drug, 3 supplements, and 3 vitamins, that's hard. That's complicated. Get a pill box. But then you say, well, I don't like filling pill boxes. Filling pill boxes takes time. I don't have any time. First of all, take a deep breath. There's thousands of minutes in the day. It takes 15 minutes to fill a pill box. How about get a 4-week pill box? Fill all 4 weeks of the pill box together. So that way, the thing that you hate most, at least you're only doing once a month instead of once a week, or even arranging your pills every day. So across every recommendation, try to figure out one little easy thing you can do. The other thing that we do in our clinical practice is we have a very specific tracking system where each recommendation that is made to a patient, we ask that patient to proactively, before they come back for their next visit, rate that on a scale of 1 to 10 about how compliant they were. 10 means I've done it all the time. 5 means I've done it some of the time, but not all the time. And 0 means I haven't done it at all. Come back to your doctor and honestly reflect on those numbers yourself. Try to figure out, well, why am I a 10? Why am I a 5 and why am I a 0? What is the barrier? Identifying barriers in terms of making a lifestyle and behavioral change is the first step to try to make that change in a positive direction. Also, when it comes to tracking, some people feel that tracking is a nuisance. It takes too much time in an already hectic day. And that's okay. But what I've learned from many of my patients is that when you start actually tracking and paying attention, you can understand and you can see the progress from day to day. For example, if you're trying to cut the bad carbs in your diet, why don't you try to track? Maybe not every day, but 1 weekday and 1 weekend day. And that way you can try to understand how many grams of carbs, for example, you're having. The first time I ever tracked my carbs, I thought I was eating 120 to 140 grams of carbs a day, which made sense for me personally based on my activity levels. However, I was actually eating more than double that. Awareness is key. A high yield tip for success is understand what is truly going into your body. Your body is your temple. That's what they say, right? High quality fuel that goes into the body is really the best put forward in terms of having optimal brain function. So while there's no one magic pill and there's no perfect one single easy approach towards brain health, even making incremental changes over time is key. If you have a doctor that is helping you on this path, that's great. If you can't find a doctor to help you on this path, you may need to look harder. Unfortunately, medicine has changed. Paying attention to all of the different risk factors for Alzheimer's disease takes a lot of time. And doctors, unfortunately, don't have that kind of time. Reimbursements are low, and doctors have to see patient after patient after patient. Something to consider is investing in your own personal health. There are a variety of concierge or direct care practices that are popping up all throughout the United States. And while some people feel, I shouldn't have to pay for medical care, it should be a right. And I don't disagree with that. But paying for comprehensive medical care, where a doctor will spend 30 minutes or an hour with you at every visit, there's no better investment that you can make in yourself. There's a variety of websites, books, other educational resources out there where you can learn about your own health and you can take charge of your own health through what you learn. You need to know your numbers. Take your numbers seriously. Know your blood pressure, your cholesterol. Know your body fat, your lean muscle mass. And data tracking, whether it's through a wearable, where you track your sleep and exercise patterns, or whether it's you track the amount of carbohydrates you eat, or something else. Being aware of the data and trying to make incremental improvements over time is a recipe for success.